When I think of Chicago, I think of my family, friends. I think the people are the greatest thing about this city. So I definitely am always incorporating the various people I met in Chicago, people I grew up with, people I meet like day to day. And then also just the landscape. I'm really inspired by nature. So I'm always like using the lake, taking pictures at nice open plains, forest preserves and things like that. So that is the way that I embrace the city's wonders. I think Chicago can benefit from comedic yoga or any embodiment wellness practice because the communities I serve, which is primarily Black and Brown communities, they hold a lot of trauma ancestrally, intergenerationally, and I feel like the youth could really use outlets to heal, to process trauma, and to just have an opportunity to be more than a stereotype or be more than what is expected. You know, Chicago has a lot of stigma, I feel like, and just really breaking that through allowing people the space, you know, to ground themselves, to feel better about themselves, and to feel empowered is really important to me. I started Go-Go Goods when I was 15 years old, and I started it shortly after I had first learned to sew. My grandma taught me how to sew, and I was just super eager to like put it into practice, make things. I started making things for myself, and then I started sharing them online, and people were like, oh, I want one of those. And so I'm like, okay, I can make this a sustainable practice for myself. My first collection was actually a collection of halter tops and crop tops, and I used fabric that I had got from Ghana when I took a trip there, and I feel like that was really what inspired me to start the brand. I worked on Nucci's Vanity in college. I want to say I was like a sophomore, and it definitely was inspired by my roots. Not necessarily the Great Migration, but definitely Mississippi as a whole. That's where my family is from. And at the time, I was really exploring beauty and the kitchen. So, you know, a lot of our families, or at least my family, had beauty products that doubled as food, you know what I mean? So in Nucci's Vanity, you see Crisco, which my family used to use as lotion, moisturizer. You see shea butter, which is actually something that's made from plants and natural as well. And then you see more so food things. You see the crawfish, there's the olive oil, which is actually a kitchen product and can be a beauty product as well. So that project was really exploring the resourcefulness of our community and how we have the ability to make so much out of so little. And that's really like a driving factor and inspiration to me in my work. My creative process varies from medium to medium. Typically, it starts with me having a question or me doing some research into usually my family's lineage or family archives, looking at old family photos, having conversations with my elders. That's usually like the tip-off point to my creative process. From there, I begin like mood boarding. I begin to like just put together the fragments of inspiration that are in my head, whether that's pictures, archives, articles. And then from there, depending on the medium, I begin to sketch things out. So if I'm working on a painting, I create thumbnails. Sometimes I create sketches for my ceramics work and things like that. And I feel like my process is also very collaborative sometimes. I'm working with friends a lot, like throwing my ideas with them, hearing what they think about it. My favorite nature spot in Chicago is Promontory Point. Me and my friends would gather there a lot when I was younger, just hang out, eat food, smoke a little weed. I don't know if y'all want to add that, but and then as I got older, I would just visit there a lot on my own. Sometimes people host yoga classes there, so it's really just a vibe. And I really love to look at the lake. The lake is so beautiful, and at that point, it's like all you see. So I love that spot. growing audience on Instagram hasn't changed the way I approach creating my work, but it has made me more conscious of how I share my work and when I share my work. The large number makes me realize I'm touching a lot of people, so I just always want to make sure that my messages are coming through, but also that I don't feel pressure to create for Instagram. I want my artwork to be remembered as a catalyst for healing and a catalyst for change. When people think of my work, I want them to be inquisitive about themselves and the world around them, and a reminder at large to live a life of intention.